Chase Briscoe just called out NASCAR's management, and he did it without holding back. He says the sport's own rules are forcing drivers to lie to your face, and after what happened at Chicagoland compared to what happened at Texas, you might agree with him. Let's get into why. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation news is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. So here's where this all starts. Earlier this year at Texas, NASCAR came down hard on Ryan Preece. He wrecks Ty Gibbs, and NASCAR hit him with a $50,000 fine, plus a 25-point penalty. That's a serious punishment. But then Chicagoland happened. Several retaliation incidents took place, and NASCAR handed out zero punishment, none. And that's when fans started pointing out the inconsistency. Now Chase Briscoe is speaking up about it. He says the sport's unwritten rules basically force drivers to lie to the public, even when everybody already knows the truth. Here's what Briscoe actually said on the Rubbin, his racing podcast. I don't like the whole don't be able to say it on the radio thing, because then you just get out and you're lying about it and everybody knows you're lying about it. Like if I wrecked you back, right? And I'm like, I just got in there too deep and sorry, I hate it for him. The whole field knows that I wrecked you on purpose, and a lot of the fans know it too. So let's talk about what actually happened at Chicagoland that set this whole thing off. First incident, Shane van Gisbergen and Austin Hill. On lap 48, Van Gisbergen's number 97 Chevrolet made contact with Hill's number 33 Childress Racing Chevrolet as it entered the turn. Hill's race was basically over right there. The contact spun him into the outer wall. Childress came out and accused SVG of intentional retaliation. Hill responded by sideswiping Van Gisbergen under caution before heading to the garage. But here's the thing. This wasn't just a one-race issue. These two had been building tension for weeks. At Pocono, Hill made an aggressive three-wide move underneath Josh Berry and Van Gisbergen heading into turn 3. Van Gisbergen got caught up in that and was eliminated from the race. Then, a week later in San Diego, it happened again. Van Gisbergen got collected in a multi-car pileup after Hill locked his brakes entering turn 1 and went straight into Connor Zilisch during a stage 2 restart. 2 races in a row. Gone for SVG because of Hill's mistakes. Now the second incident at Chicagoland, Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith. On lap 32, the two were racing near 17th place when they made contact and both cars hit the wall. Smith then intentionally spun Hocevar in response, ending both of their days. And just like SVG and Hill, this rivalry had history too. Back at the 2025 Iowa race, Hocevar had clipped Smith's car and forced him out early. So, 2 clear incidents with a documented history behind each one. And NASCAR's decision? No fines. No suspensions for anyone involved. That's exactly where Chase Briscoe sees the inconsistency. Because remember, Ryan Preece at Texas, he vented on the radio about Ty Gibbs before that incident even happened. Here's what Preece said over the radio. All right, when I get to that 54, I'm done with him. Idiot. I can't stand when idiots like him have fast race cars where they can do stupid and get away with it. 26 laps later, Preece turned Gibbs into the outside wall. And NASCAR used that radio message as their proof of intent, which is exactly why Preece got fined and docked points. Tommy Baldwin actually weighed in on that penalty too on the Door Bumper Clear podcast. He said, "It's the button. I think they're trying to set an example of stop with the button." So what's Briscoe actually asking for here? He's not saying retribution shouldn't happen at all. In fact, he believes drivers should be allowed to police each other on the track. What bothers him is something different. It's the expectation that drivers have to deny the obvious afterward, because everyone in the garage knows when a wreck is intentional. The fans know it too, and having to make up excuses just adds a layer of hypocrisy that doesn't need to be there. As Briscoe put it, everybody already knows the truth. The only ones pretending otherwise are standing in front of the microphones. So here's the question for you. Should NASCAR let drivers be honest about retaliation on the radio, or does keeping that rule in place actually make sense for the sport? Drop your take in the comments. And if you enjoyed this one, make sure you like the video and subscribe to NASCAR Nation News. We've got a lot more real NASCAR talk coming your way. See you in the next one.